Good evening and welcome to high school football. We're at Monroe Memorial Park in Richfield, Ohio, and the Monroe Central Seminoles are taking on or hosting the Magnolia Blue Eagles. I'm Dale Eddy, and I'm here with the coach, Jeff Stevens. Coach, tonight's contest has the earmarks of a great contest. You've got a powerhouse from southeastern Ohio, someone who's always in the playoffs and that hunt for the playoffs, and a powerhouse from across the river in Magnolia who's been in the playoffs as many times as anyone. So this has the earmarks of a great contest, would you not say?
Well, that's very true, and hopefully this will be the start of a rivalry. I know since the consolidation of Monroe Central, efforts have been made to try to get Magnolia and Monroe Central together on the football field, and it's the kind of schools that should be playing each other, so hopefully this will be the start of a long, very good rivalry, and it's very good for all the people around and for both schools.
Yes, it certainly is. We're expecting a big crowd. As you can see behind us, the stands are starting to fill. The parking lots are getting filled up. Magnolia coming off of kind of an uncharacteristic season last year. I believe they were like 3-7, and that's very uncharacteristic. One of the other key marks of these two teams, Coach Sacosta's Knowles have only lost 4 games, regular season games in the 90s, while on the other side, Coach Caesar's Magnolia Blue Eagles are something like 49 wins, which tops, if I understand right, all AA schools in West Virginia. So, there's lots riding on this and lots of tradition.
That's right. When you get two schools together like this is kind of a measuring stick for the season. Both teams, still a little bit unsure, some new people in there, and this will kind of give an indication of what direction both of these schools are going to go and what they both hope will be, great seasons.
Yeah, well, we've got some exciting football ahead, so you won't want to go away. We're going to come back with the Knowles versus the Blue Eagles. Well, Coach, this is what high school athletics is all about. The Knowles have taken the field with a torch, which last year became kind of their trademark, and the coaches tried to wait each other out, but I think maybe Magnolia won the bet of waiting here.
Yeah, a little bit of showmanship, I think, that goes on a lot. The people don't realize in the coaching ranks, some coaches just do not want to be the first out. They're going to make the other team go out. In this case, I'm not sure if the officials had went to the locker room to get the captains for each team. Monroe Central has taken the field, and now Coach Caesar leads out his Magnolia Blue Eagles. So we're just a couple of minutes away from kickoff.
And you can hear the crowd. There's a tremendous crowd here on a beautiful night for football, Coach. We early in the year you're used to that heat, and it was hot earlier this afternoon, but it's just a nice temperature for us seated here. I'm sure for the boys it's going to be very uncomfortable.
It's anytime it's very comfortable to sit in the stands and watch a game as it is here at kickoff time in your shirt sleeves. It's still extremely too hot for the players, and conditioning will be a big thing as the game goes along. Both of these coaches are not out conditioned very often, so the fourth quarter will be a key. Who's in better shape and who has more depth? We've had the toss of the coin. Monroe Central has won the toss and elected to receive.
And everybody's involved in this. Coach Sacosta, one of those guys who's really known for his showmanship, always has the music, gets the team psyched up.
Well, I think you'll be hard-pressed during the course of the season, Dale, to find a matchup of two coaches in the Valley with more wins. Coach Sacosta and Coach Caesar, I don't have the exact number, but it would be over 300 career wins combined. Number 5, Ripley kicking off, and we're underway.
Josh Jones will get the ball at about the 3-yard line.
He's going to be out to the 20, at the 25-yard line. He'll be brought down there by number 41, Jonathan Forbes. And that's where we'll start. 1st and 10 for Monroe Central at let's call it the 26-yard line.
Eric Kramer, the quarterback for Monroe Central, going in. He'll be heading up his team. We'll try to get you the starting lineups offensively for the Noles here in a second.
Okay, number 74 will be the center, Denny Knowlton. And number 66, Jamie Boer. And number 77, Chris Demmerling at the guards. And we're ready for the first play. Eric Kramer, number 33, the quarterback. And a whistle before the first play even gets underway. And while they're sorting this out, let's give the rest of the lineup. Number 70, Tom Jones at a tackle, along with number 72, Sam Hannis. The ends are number 44, John Shoemaker, and number 88, Jesse Nippert. Fullback number 34, Will Weddle. And halfbacks number 21, Josh Jones, and number 24, Rob Trigg. And I think we got everybody in there.
I think we got everybody there. We'll try to get the defense for the Blue Eagles in a second.
That was an offside penalty against Magnolia. 1st and 5, the ball at the 31. Kramer to throw, first play. Throws it up for his receiver, Nippert, number 88, incomplete. Number 3, Curry passed along on the coverage for Magnolia.
Second down.
Second down and 5 as the Seminoles go for the big play right off the bat after the penalty. They'll come out in a slot formation to the left with number 85, Justin Friday, split wide to the left. Kramer will keep on an option play and get first down yardage across the 35 near the 37-yard line.
Yeah, nice job there by Eric Kramer. Kramer, a tremendous running back, only a junior, and first down, the first down of the evening. On defense, the nose guard, Danny Wright, number 34. At the tackles will be Higgins, number 75, and Boland, number 77. The ends will be Adam West, 87, and I believe number 78, Barrows.
I don't see number 78 Barrows out there.
I don't either right
and
now.
He was not in the starting offensive lineup, so he may not be available this evening, or at least not in at this time. First down, give to Jones. A lot of running room near midfield.
Nice block there. Josh Jones gets good running room.
Passed along on the tackle for Magnolia. They'll put him at the 49-yard line. Another first down for Monroe Central.
Josh Jones, number 21, is a sophomore, 5'7", 180 pounds. I know the people here in Monroe County are high on Mr. Jones as he shows some promise with that run.
So another first down for Monroe Central as they are just near midfield. A power I formation they'll give to Jones again, and nothing going this time.
That time.
As the left side of the Magnolia defensive line stacks that play up. Number 31 is Brian Goddard in on the play.
Looks like they may have given him a couple up to the midfield line.
Kevin Higgins, number 75, the tackle on the left side. The defensive end on this left side is number 87, Adam West. And the linebackers, number 14, Levi Hall, and number 40, Mike Mullet. Pickup of a yard to midfield, and we've got a whistle, and there was some movement in the offensive line of Monroe Central on the right side, and I think this will cost Monroe Central 5 yards for illegal procedure, and that is the call.
And I believe the rest of the defense here, we have Ripley, the corner, number 5, and Thomas, number 25. Curry passed along, number 3 is your free safety, and the strong safety, I don't see the number right, 31, yes, in the middle of the field, Brian Goddard.
So the 5-yard penalty will set the Seminoles back to their own 45-yard line. Second down and 14.
As he sends everybody out.
A spread formation with 3 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Kramer in the shotgun. I guess it's going to be a keep, and a good play there by number 14. He's still on his feet, but they didn't wrap it up. Kramer stays on his feet, and he's out of bounds. He's out of bounds at the 38-yard line. It is not a touchdown, as everybody on this side of the field thinks.
As we can see, the celebrating down, and Coach Sarcosta not pleased, but from our vantage point, it looked like he may have stepped on the line.
But I started to say a real good play by a Magnolia player who came up and made the hit at about the line of scrimmage.
Had him down, it looked like, and Eric refusing to go down.
And I believe the play, yes, okay, just want to see here what was going on here, but he is out of bounds at the 38-yard line. I wasn't real sure there for a moment what was going to have. It's very near first down yardage, as they're going to take a look at it, at the change across the way, and it is, in fact, a first down.
They've officially marked it here, 39-yard line, and so it will be 1st and 10. We have 9 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
I really thought the play was about to be over, but Kramer, with a good second effort, broke loose, and maybe everyone else thought he was going to be down.
I was kind of expecting the whistle.
And a nice pickup.
And maybe the tacklers were also, and he stayed on his feet.
We'll get to Jones again. And he's going to be across the 35 to the 33-yard line.
Number 5, Ripley on the stop.
About a 6-yard pickup.
Mr. Jones showing a lot of quick movement through the line. You give him a hole and he's really has good movement through. Got him in the secondary, so it's going to be 2nd and 4, Coach.
One thing you always want to do in the opening possession of any game, especially the first game of the season, is come out and put some yardage up on your first possession. Option play. Kramer's going to turn it up quick on the keep. Then he'll be across the 20. He's to the 17-yard line. First down. The play looked like an option, but Kramer picked up a hole and just turned it up quickly.
Running with abandonment.
And that's that tailback and him
instinct
is able to pick up that hole and get good yardage.
Coach Acosta finding himself kind of in a bad situation this year with the quarterback who they expected to be on tap, having an off-season, I guess, illness and unable to come out, so he had to quickly elicit the help of Kramer, and Kramer, is an athlete. Little mix-up there, and Kramer will try to keep and pick something up, but
looks like Kramer will get a couple of yards on that little mix-up in the backfield. A wishbone formation that time by Monroe Central, as they've showed several different offensive formations here in the early going. But what looked like could be a no-gain situation is a pickup of about 2 from Monroe Central to the 15-yard line. 2nd down, and let's call it 8, just inside the 15-yard line. We're inside 8 minutes in the first period. And a slot formation to the left from Monroe Central. Again, the option. This time he'll pitch to Jones. He'll get a couple and then fumble the football. And Magnolia. Number 25, Brad Thomas on the recovery for Magnolia. And the first big defensive play of the game. Well, the officials are talking, and it is Magnolia ball. There's some discussion whether or not the ball could be or should be dead, but there was a fumble and recovered by Magnolia, number 25, Thomas, and the first big defensive break of the game goes Magnolia's way. And they'll take over on their own 13-yard line. Quarterback number 7, Derek Bubba Caesar. Single running back, motion, and they'll pitch to the tailback, passed along, and
he'll be
not much.
Behind, I believe.
He's going to lose a couple of yards.
I believe Kramer and possibly Ludwig on the stop.
The ball will be on the 11-yard line, a loss of a couple. The starting lineup that was given, the tackles, number 62, Hubbard, and number 72, Hott. Guards, number 75, Higgins, number 77, Boland. The center, number 55, Licklider. The tight end, number 87, West. Motion from the backfield from Muller. The shovel pass to Pastalong.
Josh Jones on the stop.
He'll get about 5 yards to the 15.
Jones and Weddle, I believe, on the stop as
the other personnel for Magnolia, number 10, Thomas, the split end, number 5, Ripley, the flanker, Number 40, Mullet, the fullback. Number 3, passed along the tailback. And number 7, Caesar, the quarterback. It looks like number 31, Goddard, will be alternating in with the plays. 3rd down and 8. Magnolia taking awful long time to get the play in and get up to the line of scrimmage. They'll have 3 receivers wide, 2 to the right, 1 to the left, and they will spend a timeout. And we have a flag on the field.
I believe.
So did they get the timeout prior to the delay of game penalty? And
no, they didn't.
And it is a delay of game penalty against Magnolia. Did not get the timeout quick enough, and Coach Caesar out on the field. He wants the timeout anyway on his 3rd down and what will now be about 13 yards to go.
While they are having their timeout, Coach nose guard on defense for the Noles, Denny Knowlton, number 74, is a senior, 5'10", 180 pounds. Tackles will be Hannes, number 72, and Dimmerling, number 77, both good size, 256 and 226. The ends are Boer and Shoemaker. John Shoemaker is a sophomore at 6'2", 202 pounds. He'll wear number 44, Boer number 66. Inside linebackers be Weddle and Jones, Josh Jones. 2 tremendous athletes there on the inside linebackers. Safety, Daniel Ludwig. The corners, Trigg and Kramer. And the strong safety, Nippert, and alternating with Friday.
And in the early going, it is Justin Friday, number 85. Both teams with some very nice size among their offensive and defensive performers on the front line there. Nice size, not a real advantage either team.
Yeah.
Both teams rather large along the offensive and defensive fronts.
Somewhat unproven, with a lot of question marks. And so the game tonight is a big game for both sides, no matter which one you're rooting on.
Caesar drops the throw. He's going to cross the middle to number 3, Pastelong, and he's going to be very close to the 1st down.
Looks like Josh Jones, Ludwig, and possibly John Shoemaker on the stop, and it's very close, depending on the marking. Slant pattern is nice delivery by Caesar.
And we're going to get our first measurement of the season. Very close, but from this vantage point, it may be just a bit short. So his head referee, Chuck Tascaline, and his crew will take a look at it. And it's short by about a foot and a half. And
so the first big decision here at 5:40. See what Coach Caesar wants to do.
I think the special teams game probably is a definite advantage to Magnolia. They have some veterans back as in their kicking game. And Monroe Central, having graduated a lot of their kickers and their specialty people.
Jones and Kramer are dropping back, so we'll see.
Up under center now. A lot of movement up there. We'll see what Magnolia does here. As they shift, and it worked. Coach Caesar into his bag of tricks in the early going right there, and drawing Monroe Central offside with some shifting, and that'll give Magnolia a 1st down.
Yeah, as you could see, total confusion on the field. So the gamble works.
Really nothing to lose there. They were shifted back, and if no one jumped, they were going to be in punt formation, and we're going to get the ball away. Coach Acosta is now going to spend a timeout, and he's going to go out and talk to his defensive people, and I'm sure they've been warned about some of the trick plays that Magnolia uses on a regular basis. And
kind of a unique situation here with both coaches, playing football together, and now here they are coaching against each other with teams that are quite respected in the Ohio Valley. I don't know where you could get more exciting football than right here. You've got Monroe Central, who is a powerhouse year in, year out in the southeastern Ohio, and Magnolia, the Blue Eagles, have always been state contenders and one of the better teams in the state of West Virginia. So, this has all the earmarkings, and I'm sure a lot of pride on both sides.
And Coach Acosta, as part of the timeout, trying to get an explanation there on that. I'm not sure that he's convinced that he completely followed all the movements there and saying something to the officials. But during the most of the timeout, he was having a word with several of his players there about falling for the movement. So both teams spending a timeout very early in this game. We still have 5:31 remaining in the first period. I know as a defensive coach, Monroe Central would have to be upset. They had Magnolia stopped in a punting formation and have given him a first down.
And here we are with new blood.
But that's part of the game, and you have to, as a matter of fact, you got some seniors on the line there and some movement there, so you can't fall for that. 3 receivers wide to the right for Magnolia. Derek Caesar's going to give to his fullback, Mullet. He's going to break a couple tackles, and he's running wide to the right. And he's still going to pick up close to 5 yards. They'll mark him down at the 32-yard line.
Looked like Kramer and possibly Trigg had a hand on the tackle as they were just able to trip up number 40.
Maybe a little surprise by people here that Magnolia has only put the ball up one time. They've been known over the years as a passing team, Air Caesar as they call it. But he said on the TV the other day they were going to run the ball a lot. And so far he's been true to his word. I formation with some motion. Little delay to the tailback passed along. He's going to be near the 35-yard line. Demmerling and Hannes on the tackle.
Looked like also Weddle on the bottom of the pile as he picks up possibly 2, maybe 3 yards.
Third and a little less than 3 yards.
We still have over 4 minutes remaining in this first quarter, with lots of football ahead.
3rd and 3. Tight formation, Caesar to throw. A quick out here for his tight end to West.
I believe West did pick it up.
That's complete for a first down. Nice grab, the ball a little bit behind him. West reached back and made a nice catch as he was going to the ground, and that will be a first down, Magnolia at the 40-yard line.
Adam West, 6'3", 205 pounds, a senior, showing good body control and good hands as he brings that ball in, and they've got first down, 1st and 10, 3 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
There are wide receivers both sides of the field with an I formation in the backfield. That's Mullet, the fullback, and passed along the tailback. Caesar running the option. Ball loose. It's loose.
I believe
recovered by Magnolia again as that ball was loose. The tailback, who was the intended receiver of the pitch, was able to get on the ball. That's passed along.
Caesar, I believe, was hit just as he was trying to pass the ball, and I didn't see who hit him, but almost a miscue there. They're going to have 2nd and 16.
6-yard loss. Single back in the backfield now with 3 receivers wide.
Passed along and Goddard to this side. And
Caesar to throw. We have a whistle to stop play prior to the snap.
Right in the middle of that line, so.
And that's probably an offensive penalty. Yes, illegal procedure. Quite possibly a lineman picking up his hand too soon. The flag coming from the umpire located right behind the defensive line. That's one thing he's watching prior to the snap is the movement of the offensive line. And he detected some there, so we have a 5-yard penalty.
2nd and 21, Coach, and I'm sure Coach Caesar was not happy after biting the bullet here and getting second life. Got himself in a hole.
A bad pitch, or a fumbled pitch, and now a penalty, and it's 2nd and 21.
In motion. Passed along.
Caesar to throw. He's getting some pressure, going across the middle, incomplete. Ball may have been deflected by Jones, number 21, number 87, West. And some pretty good pressure on there. Caesar had to unload the ball a little bit quicker than I think he would like. So that's 3rd and 21. We still have 2:35 remaining in what seems to be a rather long first period with a couple of timeouts and a couple of penalties.
We've seen it all. Caesar looks like he has a nice throwing arm. A young gentleman, only a sophomore, I believe, but kind of a long line of great football players in the Magnolia area.
And we have a flag, and this is going to be a delay of game penalty. When you have 5 officials, you have a back judge who's located about 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage, you know that that's going to be a delay of game penalty. That's his job, is to check the 25 seconds in between. So 5 more yards back. That's going to make it 3rd and now 26. As after getting the first down on the penalty, Magnolia is kind of shooting herself in the foot and going the wrong direction. Line of scrimmage now is the 24-yard line. They have to get to midfield for a first down.
Yeah, with 2:35.
Good motion by passed along. A draw play to Monroe. Nothing going. Number 72, Hannes, all over that draw play. And 4th now and even longer. And we will get a punting situation by Magnolia. And I think we can bet that this will be a kick.
Pretty well bet.
Number 33, Kramer. Number 21, Jones, will go deep. And number 40, Mullet is the punter for Magnolia. And the ball is partially blocked.
It'll be down.
And still down, and it's picked up there by number 46. That's Muntz of Monroe Central. And I'm not real sure if the ball was blocked by a Monroe Central player, or if it hit the Magnolia blocking back, who was driven back into the play.
Yeah, I believe it came off of the back of the blocker as he was driven backwards. So it's a big break here from Monroe Central, and they got 1 minute and 54 seconds in the first quarter.
And the ball will be on the Magnolia 34-yard line for Monroe Central, as they'll take over for their second possession of the game. Both ends are tight. Wing formation to the left. And Weddle gets the carry.
Nice hole.
He's going to have 5, maybe 6 yards inside the 30-yard line. Number 3 passed along, and number
Goddard, number 31.
Also number 77, Bolin.
As a slew of Magnolia Blue Eagles on the play. They do swarm to the ball well. So it is 2nd and 5, 1 minute 30. Nippert, number 88 on this side, a freshman.
Of the wishbone formation. And Kramer wants to throw.
Looking.
He's going to unload the ball. He kind of throws it up for grabs. And fortunately for Monroe Central, the ball was out of bounds. Shoemaker is the intended receiver. He's covered over there by number 5, Ripley, and number 3 passed along on double coverage.
A lot of pressure. Goddard and I'm not sure the other number, possibly West, with a lot of pressure on Kramer as he released that ball.
I'll bring up 3rd down and call it 4. 3rd and a long 4. Ball resting at the 29-yard line, just inside.
Over a minute. Just over a minute remaining in the first
Again,
quarter.
5 receivers spread all over the field for Monroe Central. Kramer in the shotgun. And we've got movement. A couple of Monroe Central players jumped prior to the snap. And that's going to turn this into a 3rd down and almost 10 situation. Something you don't see out of Monroe Central an awful lot is that type of movement prior to the snap.
Yeah, there had to be some confusion. They 3 guys jumped at the same time, same formation. 3rd and 10.
Same formation. Kramer again in the shotgun. This play, the snaps off. He's getting some pressure. He's hit, and he's going to be brought down by number 87, West. He was hit prior to that, I believe, by number 62. That's Charles Hubbard. And both teams are taking turns now going backwards. As this is going to be 4th down and 17. And a punting situation for Monroe Central. Number 5, Ripley, and number 3 passed along deep for Magnolia. As Kramer's in punt formation. The ball at the 42-yard line. They'll line up at the 10-yard line. If the ball starts to go over their head, I'm sure they'll let it go. The kick angle, it's going down the middle of the field, but he'll be caught at the 5-yard line by passed along. He tries to get outside.
John Shoemaker, he'll go forward to about the 18, 19-yard line. Passed along. Looked like he was going to be hit behind the 15-yard line, but his forward momentum took him close to the 20. I think they're marking at the 19.
Here's an opportunity, Dale, maybe to mention the rule change that fans may not be aware of this year on starting the clock. In the past, the clock would start now, and the 13 seconds that are on the clock would probably run out before Magnolia runs the play. But the rule has changed this year. The ball does not start until the snap, so we'll get at least one play in prior to the end of the quarter, and this is going to lengthen the game by some 15-20 minutes. They're going to draw play to pass along. He'll get across the 20 to about the 22-yard line, and the clock will run down, and we will reach the end of period number 1. And the score, Magnolia 0, Monroe Central 0. Ready to start period number 2 now. Magnolia ball second down and 7 at their own 22-yard line. A scoreless first period. Motion from the fullback number 40, Mullet. Caesar drops to throw. And a shovel pass passed along. And he loses the football.
I believe it's recovered by Monroe Central.
We'll wait for the officials to sort it out. No signals as yet. And it is Monroe Central football. Looks like number 32, Ludwig. Daniel Ludwig on the recovery. Turnovers now even at 1 apiece, and that's a big break for Monroe Central because they're going to take over now at the Magnolia 27-yard line.
Gives the Noah's great field position as the play was excellently run, but the hit came from the side on the ball and passed along, unable to hold on to it.
So first down and 10 for Monroe Central.
The first quarter has been kind of a quarter of breaks, so we'll see what happens here.
Josh Jones, he's got some running room near the 20-yard line. About 7 yards by Jones. Number 14 on the tackle, that's Hall, linebacker.
Levi Hall. Hall is only a sophomore also.
Well, we mentioned several sophomores for Magnolia.
Yeah,
they're quite high on their sophomore group, but when you're asking a lot of sophomores to play, especially early in the season, that's asking an awful lot. And I'm sure that's going to be a good group of kids over the next 3 years, and maybe yet this year, maybe even yet tonight.
Maybe.
Second down and less than 3, the ball at the 20-yard line. They'll give to Weddle. He's still on his feet, and he's going to be near the 10-yard line, and that's going to be a Monroe Central first down.
Will Weddle again, 5'9", 220 pounds. He's quite a load to try to bring down, and he shows it there.
They'll put him down at the 11-yard line, so from here it appears it will be possible for Monroe Central to pick up a first down just inside the 1. Number 84, John Cecil, into the game as the tight end with the play, as more of a power lineup with double tight ends. A little better blocking now. And this goal line situation from the 11-yard line. They'll give to Weddle, and he'll be hitting the backfield, still on his feet. He's going to lose a couple of yards. The first man on the play was number 40, Mullet.
Mullet, and I believe also Hall. Mullet, the big fullback.
Send that back close to a yard loss back to the 12-yard line. Second and 11.
Ball on the 12-yard line.
Justin Friday back in at the end position in place of Cecil. Again, a wing formation to the short side of the field to the left. They'll pitch it to Jones to the left. He's going to be to the 10, the 7-yard line.
Nice block out here by Rob Trigg on number 31. As
number 40, Mullet, on the tackle at the 7-yard line. That's going to be 3rd and 6.
Mike Mullet, a junior, 5'10", 180 pound, their fullback, quite an athlete.
Ball at the 7-yard line. Third down and a long 5.
Clock running now inside 9.5 minutes remaining in the second period. I formation in the backfield. Kramer pop pass across the middle and incomplete. And the intended receiver is number 44, Shoemaker. He's up asking about a interference penalty, and I didn't see for sure who the defender was. It may have been number 3, Pastalong, who is the free safety, and he timed it well and was right there to knock the play down. And we're going to get a field goal attempt. Number 58, Dan Cole, will try.
With the hold by Kramer.
They'll put the tee down on the 13-yard line, making this a 23-yard attempt by Cole. Severe angle as the ball is on the left hash. Kramer holds, the kick is down, and it is no good. It is short and left. So from 23 yards out, the kick is no good. It was a little left and well short. So Magnolia kind of dodges a bullet there, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. We still have no score, 9:09 remaining in the first half. Magnolia really has not had good field position to start any of their 3 possessions. As a matter of fact, this may be their best starting position, the 20-yard line. They'll
Hard to believe, but yes, I think you're right.
They'll send 2 receivers wide left and 2 wide right and send Pastalong in motion, and they'll throw it out quickly to Pastalong, who drops the ball.
I believe that's a free ball.
That is going to be a fumble. That is a rattle. And
another break.
Looked like number 74, Norton.
Yeah, as Pastalong was well behind the line of scrimmage. Had the looks of possibly a halfback pass type action, and he just was unable to come down with the ball, so a big break for the Noles, 9:03.
Yeah, the line of scrimmage was a 20, and a quick 1 or 2 step drop by Caesar, so
really,
it was definitely a backwards pass, and that's a free ball, and Knowlton right there to jump on it, and another big break from Monroe Central. Kramer's going to keeper. He's going to get to about the 10-yard line, where he's going to be brought down by number
31 Goddard.
31 Goddard and 77. That would be
West Bowling.
5-yard pickup for Kramer. Second down and 5. Ball right on the 10-yard line in the middle of the field. Friday in and nippered out with the play from Monroe Central. The I formation with Jones, the tailback. And it will be Jones off the right side to the 5. He's near the 3-yard line where Pastalong makes a touchdown-saving tackle. And it should be, and is, a first down. And goal to go for Monroe Central at the 3-yard line.
Nice blocking at the point of impact, and Josh Jones showing good speed. Got it up to the, looks like they marked it 4.
Yeah, closer to the 4-yard line than where he was put down, but it's still first and goal from that point. And it looks like a shotgun formation and this goal line offensive set for Monroe Central. And there's some movement and a late whistle. And I think some movement by the defensive line. And that's going to put half the distance to the goal. That's going to make it first and goal now from the 2, as is the offside or encroachment penalty against Magnolia. Kramer dashes over to get the play and goes right back to the huddle. And if I could hear right from here, I think they said same play. No,
they've spread Nippert to this side.
Kramer is going to be in under center. And the I formation. Linebackers kind of stunning in there for Magnolia. They're going to try to anticipate the count, and we're going to get a whistle
right in the middle of the backfield. Doesn't look good.
That's going to be a dead ball illegal procedure call against Monroe Central. And I know both of these coaches cannot be real happy with the number of offside and illegal procedure penalties that each team has had, and we've only played not quite a quarter and a half yet. And especially in this goal line situation, you cannot afford to make penalties if you want to get the ball in the end zone. Monroe Central hurting herself now, back to the 7, and it's still going to be first down as we haven't got a playoff since the last first down.
Friday will be wide out to this side, number 85.
And we'll get the fake to Weddle. Kramer will keep it. He'll get most of that 5 yards back. He'll probably be down near the 3-yard line. That is Kramer. And that'll be second down from about the 3-yard line. We've moved inside 7 minutes remaining in the first half. We see Chris Demmerling in with the play. And coming out is number 68, Tucker Roberts. And we'll be back to the shotgun formation with an overload to the right. And Kramer, he's going to tuck it, he's going to run. He's going to get away from one tackle, and he'll get to the end zone. Touchdown to Monroe Central, Eric Kramer. The free safety passed along up and tried to make the play, but he was not able to make the tackle, and the first score of the season for Monroe Central goes to Eric Kramer on a 3-yard run, and it's 6-0 with 6:26 remaining. And Dan Cole in to attempt the extra point out of the Kramer hold.
Trying for the point after.
As the Seminoles shift out of the metal huddle into a normal formation, the ball is down, the kick is up, and it's good. It's good. So it's 6 minutes, 26 seconds remaining in period number 2. Monroe Central 7, Magnolia nothing.
So after the score, we have 7-0, and early game jitters here, Coach, may have cost both sides. It's not been a quarter and a half of maybe your prettiest football.
No, it's not what you would expect if this was week 5 or 6. Number 25, Thomas, and number 3 passed along deep for Magnolia, and number 34, Weddle, to kick for Monroe Central. The kick is a low line drive, going to be taken by number 41. That's Forbes, and he's going to be up to the 40-yard line.
John Knowlton and Josh Jones, along with number 75, Keith Wells, on the stop.
So now this definitely is the best field position for Magnolia so far, as they're just shy of their own 40-yard line, and I know they're going to hope to get something untracked here. They've not had a lot of luck offensively so far.
Well, they definitely have a good field position.
And they've not really had the ball all that much.
And their opportunities are kind of going by the way with some bad situations on. Well, we got a timeout. Adam West calling a timeout.
Well,
I'm not sure what that was.
The reason for the timeout is Magnolia has only 10 guys on the field.
That would be a good reason.
And while 10 people in the field is not a penalty, if one of those people, the person missing is a lineman, that gives you an illegal formation with not enough people on the line of scrimmage. So only 10 people. Let's take a quick break here, and we'll be right back. Magnolia back to the field after the timeout, and this time they have 11 players with them offensively. Everybody kind of shifted over to the left as Caesar, quick drop, he wants to throw, there's tight end West, and that's complete for about 7 or 8 yards.
Number 85 on the stop.
The tight end West on the tackle.
Adam West with good size, as I mentioned before, a senior 6'3", 205.
So call it second down and 3 as they'll put the ball on the 46.
On the 46-yard line.
Now they'll run the same formation,
formation
to the right, which is the wide side of the field. And
Looking
same
at the
thing
same
as
thing.
Caesar wants to throw. He's going to be hit
Caught from
and
behind.
dropped.
Looked like Poor, the first one in, Chris Kimmerling and Weddle. Great job that time as West was wide open again.
He's
But
gonna-
Caesar just didn't have a chance.
He's going to lose about 5 yards to the 41. And that's going to make it 3rd and 9. Yeah, he had a receiver open, but not anywhere near the amount of time necessary to get the arm up and make the play.
Yeah. Good penetration by the defensive line.
Again, 3 receivers go wide left for Magnolia with a 4th receiver at the wing. Caesar in the shotgun. And he's going to sprint out to the left. He's going to throw it downfield. He's got a receiver
man
behind
over.
everyone. Incomplete. The ball hit him right in the chest and could not make the play. And now bring up a punting situation. That looks like number 5, Ripley.
A well-designed play. They had everything there. The young man just unable to bring it into his chest and hold on to it. Kramer on the defense. And so it's 4th down, 4 minutes and 53 seconds as the Noles are going to have another opportunity here. Josh Jones and Eric Kramer back.
Mullet will punt for Magnolia. The last time they punted, not a lot of luck. This time it's away, and it's a fine punt. Kramer going to fair catch it at his own 22-yard line. It was the first time Magnolia punted. The ball was partially deflected either by a Seminole or by the back of a Magnolia blocker. That was a nice punt. About 36 yards on that punt with no return, and you'll take that every time. So Monroe Central at their own 23-yard line. And they'll give to Weddle, and he's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage and brought down. Number 75, Higgins, it appears, was the first player on that play, and he had some help. A loss of a couple of yards. 2nd down and about 11 or 12. We're at 4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in period number 2, 7-0 Monroe Central. Again, a slot formation to the right. Kramer still has it. He wants to throw away from some pressure. He flips it out here to number 24. That's Trigg. He's across the 35-yard line for a 1st down. The slot back Trigg was the receiver. And we have a flag in the backfield, so this play is coming back.
What a shame, because that was a nicely designed play. I believe it was Nippert on that far side, the end. He kind of decoyed and Trigg came underneath. But it's going to go back, as they're explaining it here, to the Blue Eagles.
And no choice, obviously. You know, it's a 1st down, so they'll go back and step off will be from the line of scrimmage if it is a holding penalty, which I assume that it is. And that's going to put Monroe Central into a hole. And Magnolia with their best opportunity defensively to make a stand and create some change of field position here. And they'll step that off half the distance from the point of the foul of the 15-yard line, which is going to put it back at about the 8. And that's going to be 2nd and a long way to go.
John Cecil, number 84, into the ball game.
That'll be 2nd and about 25.
And we've got well over just under 4 minutes, 3:55 remaining in this half, so lots of time for the Blue Eagles. Straight up the middle.
Jones was the ball carrier. And he'll be across the 10 to about the 11, but it's still 3rd and over 20.
Long. Adam West, I believe, is one of the bottom of that pile helping out. They marked it 3rd and 18.
Right. Now it's 3rd and more than 20, but we're not going to argue such little things. Trigg in motion, a lot of movement both offensively and defensively, so we'll see what kind of
how they sort this
out. But there was movement by both the offensive and defensive people. So who moved first? And Chuck Tascalines, the official, the head referee here tonight, says illegal procedure, Monroe Central.
So that's going to put the nose back even further as we're getting to numbers I can't even count, Coach. Looks
Put
like
the ball
25.
back at the 6-yard line, and it needs to come out to the 33, I think, for a first down. Trade goes in motion, and Kramer sprinting out, and he's going to keep it, and he's going to get a little bit of yardage back.
Ball loose.
And the ball is fumbled.
I believe it's still loose.
And Monroe Central is back on it. Looks like Shoemaker possibly was on the ball for Monroe Central, and I think we also have a flag.
Yes.
And it's a dead ball foul against Magnolia for a personal foul. When the ball was loose, I really didn't see that.
I didn't see that either. It must have been something said or under the pile. It looked like Magnolia had dropped on the ball, and then Shoemaker came up with it.
As I look across the way, I think Coach Caesar is talking to the official over there, and I think he feels the same way. And a 15-yard step off for a dead ball foul. That will still be fourth down.
But a tremendous better position.
15 yards of field position, and Coach Caesar still working on the official on the far side. As always happens, though, the official nearest you is not the guy that made the call and the guy you really want to talk to. So
I think they may plan it that way.
The fourth down, though, is the 15 yards, comes on after the play is over, and still fourth and about 4 yards to go in a punting situation for Monroe Central. Kramer to kick, Ripley, and passed along deep for Magnolia. And Kramer's kick is away. It's a low line drive, passed along,
out of the hands,
takes it, bobbles it, and falls on it at the 38-yard line. It's a very returnable ball.
Yeah, he had room.
Maybe the young man passed along, was looking ahead a little bit before he had the ball, and then did the wise thing to fall on the ball. So Magnolia at their own 38-yard line with 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining before halftime. Magnolia has 1 timeout remaining.
I would say for the Knowles, that's a big break also, because a good return there would have put the Blue Eagles possibly on the far side of the 50-yard line in good position with 2 minutes left in the game.
And the 15-yard penalty against Magnolia also costing them some movement. Caesar coming to the right. He wants to throw. Nowhere to go. He's brought down at the 35-yard line by James and Boer. A loss of 3 yards. The clock running inside 150. Magnolia back to the huddle. And in this situation, they may not be in too big a hurry. May be content just to let the clock run out and get in at halftime. And Monroe Central, if they should choose to use them, has 2 timeouts remaining. Again, the formation with 4 people tight, but all to the left side with Caesar under center. He'll kind of drop to his left. He'll go deep, and it's broken up there. The intended receiver is number 3, passed along. Kramer, number 33, making the play defensively.
But nice defensive play as the ball is delivered, and Eric Kramer coming over top, knocking it away.
But once again, a Magnolia receiver, a bit behind the defensive backs, and Coach Caesar and his staff, I'm sure, see that, and they may come back with a little bit deeper passing
to look
game
for in the second half here for the Blue Eagles.
So 3rd and 14. Caesar, the quick one to number 31. He's going to throw it. The pass along, and it's complete. Number 31, Brian Goddard, taking the lateral and then throwing it downfield. Passed along was the receiver, and now we're going to say incomplete. That he was out of bounds when he made the reception. He was in the air, and there was definitely some contact. So I guess the question is whether or not he was going to be in bounds or not. And the official was ruled no. He would have been out of bounds without the contact.
4th down.
So 1:12 on the clock, 4th down and 14. And Magnolia will punt it away as they make some changes with 3 new people in and 3 people out. Mullet is the punter. And at this point in time, Monroe Central has sent no one back. Kramer now backpedaling a couple of steps as they'll just let it go. And he's going to kick it out of bounds. And not a very good kick at all. Is this going to be out of bounds?
45, I believe.
We'll wait and see where they mark it. And it's going to be the 44-yard line. Only about a 21-yard punt by Mullet as he was angling for the sideline to prevent the return. But it looked like Monroe Central did not have anyone back. If he would just booted it down the middle of the field, I think it would have rolled for a while. So Monroe Central with 2 timeouts remaining in 1 minute and 6 seconds. A 7-0 lead and the ball on their own 44-yard line. We'll see how the Seminoles choose to play it. They'll send 5 receivers wide, 3 left and 2 right. Kramer under center with no backs. He drops the throw, quick one to Shoemaker. He's going to get across the 50 to the 49-yard line. He's still in bounds and the clock is running. And maybe the first, no, that's the second completed pass, I believe, from Monroe Central this evening. Clock still running now at 45 seconds as they get lined up quickly at 2nd and 3. 40 seconds now remaining. Kramer back to throw again. He's going to throw quick out to Trigg.
Trigg with the
40, 35.
And he's going out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Once the reception was made by Trigg, he had a lot of running room over there and was able to get to the sideline and get his first down.
And still 31 seconds.
And from here, it looked like he was able to get out of bounds.
Yeah, as they've stopped the clock, I would assume possibly.
We have a timeout, Magnolia, so he definitely was out of bounds and the clock was going to be stopped anyhow, but Coach Caesar and his defensive staff will spend their final timeout to try to set something up here in these last 31 seconds.
Yeah, they don't want to, in the last 31 seconds, you don't want the opposing team to come up with a big play and add to the score. It's 7-0, and I'm sure the Blue Eagles going into the locker room have to feel that they have seen some things as far as their passing. The passes have been there for the Eagles. It's just a matter of completing it, getting over those jitters of the first quarter, first half.
And, you know, Magnolia spending the timeout, you know that they don't want to go down by more than 7-0. Either 10 or 14-0 at halftime is a lot different than 7-0. You know, as long as it stays 7-0, you're one score and a 2-point conversion from being ahead. So Coach Caesar has had his defensive unit over, and along with his defensive coordinator, and has talked to them. It's 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line from Monroe Central.
I'm sure Coach Caesar has told his fellows, you know, keep the ball in front of you, don't give up the big play. You know, 31 seconds, time is helping you out.
We see that as they line up defensively that the free safety passed along back at the 10-yard line, almost 20 yards from the line of scrimmage. His job is to guard that end zone. So slot left for Monroe Central with Nippert out wide to the left. Kramer back, who wants to throw. He's going deep for Nippert. And looked like he had a chance for it.
Freshman
Number
Jesse
25,
Nippert.
Thomas, and number 3 passed along on double coverage there. 2nd and 10, 25 seconds.
Nicely delivered ball, and Nippert, I'm sure that would have been a thrill for Nippert if he was able to come down with that one.
Monroe Central still has 2 timeouts remaining.
And still 25 seconds remaining in this half.
Scoreboard says 3 timeouts, but if you remember early in the first period, Seminoles spent a timeout. Kramer again, quick out here to Nippert. He's going to try to get upfield and
out of bounds.
Sideline, and he got out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Pickup of only about 3 yards.
Number 25, Brad Thomas.
Thomas forced him out of bounds. 3rd down and about 7.
3rd down and
18 seconds on the clock.
Justin Friday checking in, number 85.
Slot this time is to the right.
And the flag is gone. 1 flag, still got another.
Kramer to throw. He's under pressure from number 87, West. And intended for Weddle, but mainly just unloading that one to get rid of it. West putting some good pressure on that play. So that's going to be 4th down from the 26-yard line. 13 seconds left. from this position on the field. Just one play and
One play and
air it
there's
out.
lots of room. And
We're looking for you.
Monroe Central still with their 2 timeouts left, but not a factor at this point unless you're able to convert a big 4th down play.
Ball on the 26.
Kramer back. And he throws a quick screen out here to Weddle.
Weddle with the ball.
The 20. He's out of bounds at the near the 15-yard line, but it is, I believe, a first down.
And 6 seconds remaining.
So 6 seconds on the clock. Weddle was able to pick up the first down, and Coach Acosta going to talk to some people. We'll see what he comes up with.
Ball on the 15-yard line.
And looks like the field goal unit is back. We started on the field. They're now back
And they
off.
came back off, and Coach having to
Coach gonna
spend
spin
another
the timeout.
timeout here with 6 seconds.
The game ball
6 seconds, really not enough time to run a play and still have an opportunity at a field goal.
Right, so you have to make a decision which you want to do. It would be a long field goal.
It's going to be about a 32-yard attempt. Once again, wide angle to the left, the ball on the left hash mark. A 23-yard field goal earlier from the left hash mark was well off the mark. But it looks like Dan Cole is going to line this up at his at the 22, making a 32-yard attempt.
Daniel Cole is a senior. His first opportunity, he did some kicking, I believe, late in the season last year. I've seen Daniel in practice. You know, he can boot it that far. It's just a matter of getting his foot to it now. With just 6 seconds left, as Coach Acosta will finish his discussion and send these troops out.
Both teams back on the field. If you're Magnolia, you probably make sure you have a couple people checking for fakes in this situation. So we'll see what
Which always is a possibility with Coach Acosta.
Ready for play. We shift back to the normal alignment. Kramer, the holder. Snaps down, kicks up, and has plenty of distance, but it's wide left. Plenty of distance this time, but wide left.
Good opportunity.
And it's halftime. So, after one half, it's Monroe Central 7 and Magnolia nothing.
Halftime, Valley and Frontier, nothing. That must be another good ball game.
Some of them are real good, some aren't so good. I don't need that. I'm not getting the big bucks. Yeah, you can still let me cut it off. Ready?
We're ready for the second half. Magnolia will receive the second half kickoff. 7-0 Monroe Central leads. Passed along, and Thomas deep for Magnolia. And Weddle will kick for Monroe Central. During the first half, Magnolia was never really blessed with very good field position. Hurt herself with a couple of fumbles. And even though Monroe Central dominated the field possession, just 7-0. That score coming at 6 minutes, 26 seconds remaining in the second period when Kramer went over from 3 yards out. Dan Cole kicked the extra point for the 7-0 lead from Monroe Central. So we'll see what Magnolia has been able to do, adjustments that they've been able to make at halftime. And I'd say we will see the ball in the air maybe a little more during this third period of play.
I would say Caesar has probably coached his team on that. They definitely saw some weaknesses there, I believe, in the Knowles defense.
Thomas takes the kick on the first hop. He has a little bit of running up the middle, and he's at the 40-yard line. And real good field position for Magnolia to start the third period of play.
Looked like we might have had number 22 Woodby and Heath Wells along with Kramer and several other red shirts.
Number 62, Adam Ritchie, also in on the play. But Magnolia with real good field position to start the third period at their own 41-yard line. So Caesar, still the quarterback.
Draw.
And there's some movement.
Wow.
And a draw play to pass along. He was dropped by number 70, Tom Jones. And it looked like on this side, the tight end or the left tackle, whoever it was, on this left Magnolia side may have moved just an instant prior to the snap. It is an illegal shift penalty against Magnolia. Will be declined as the play went for minus yardage. Pretty close, -3 yards on that play. A little bit of a delay there to pass along, but
and a big hit by Jones as he wasn't fooled at all.
Jones into defensive tackle.
Yeah, Tom Jones, 5'10", 209. He's a junior.
4-man front now for the Seminoles as they'll go to an extra defensive back. And Caesar wants to throw. He's got a man behind everyone. And overthrown just out of his grasp.
He was behind the defense. He passed along just a little long.
Shoemaker and Kramer. And we have another flag on the play, Dale.
We do have a flag, so even though we missed it in the view there, home people, we will get it this next time.
They're talking to Monroe Central, and from the position on the field, good chance it is a holding penalty, and that is the signal. Monroe Central will refuse the penalty. Third.
We had good pressure going after the ball, and I believe the hold was on our side here right in front of us.
I think Magnolia anticipated the penalty would be accepted as their huddle was way back there as they now move forward, and they're still about 15 yards off the ball.
3rd and 13.
They'll make the long run back up to the ball. 3rd and 13. Caesar to throw.
Passing situation. He's looking deep.
West across the middle. He's across midfield and has a first down.
It looks like his momentum took him well over the first down marker. As there were red jerseys everywhere there with Shoemaker, Weddle, possibly Josh Jones.
Just a little delay, tight pattern there by the tight end. It's a play we saw earlier in the game, and West was a veteran. He makes the play and turns it into a Magnolia first down and a big third down conversion. West is now wide here to the left, 4 receivers this side. Caesar sprints this way. He looks for West, complete. Another first down to the 30-yard line before Kramer makes the play. And as we anticipated, the ball is in the air, 3 of the first 4 plays of the third quarter for Magnolia, and a lot of positive yardage.
Caesar looking good, rolling to this side, hitting Adam West, because West is a nice-sized target, 6'3", 205. And as he said, he is a veteran as they spread it out again.
4 receivers right, no backs behind Caesar, and a whistle. And we'll see what we have by the official on the far side.
Somebody looks like they're talking to the...
And it is a dead ball, encroachment penalty.
Somebody lined up in the neutral zone.
That would be the case. Somebody, and maybe one of the receivers there in the slot was lined up in the neutral zone. Earlier, when we had the play right in front of us, I thought they were very close to that at an earlier time. So Magnolia with a couple of big offensive plays, once again hurting themselves with the penalty.
Craig Thomas will check in, number 10, 5'10", 160-pound senior.
Again, 4 receivers to the right. Caesar
In the shotgun
formation. He's going to sprint to the right. He pump fakes and throws.
And I believe complete.
That's a great catch over there by West, as he had to dive for the ball and made a super catch. That'll get the penalty back, plus a few yards to the 26-yard line.
West looking like he almost was taking a step toward the middle of the field. The ball thrown behind him, but he stretched full body length, picked that up off the carpet, and great field position here. 2nd
down and 6. 9-yard pickup. Caesar in the shotgun again. And the same type of play. He's thrown down the middle. Incomplete hit. The ball off the hands of Pastalong. And a big hit by Kramer. Incomplete. 3rd and 6.
Ball delivered perfectly, and Kramer in a good defensive position put a hit on Pastalong as he making his way back to the huddle. I'm sure young Mr. Pastalong is quite aware of who number 33 is at this point.
With Pastalong as a senior, I'm sure he's been hit before, and he jumps right back in there and goes wide to the right, and he comes in motion. And a whistle. And it's the official on this side, the left side, and we'll see what we have. Dead ball, encroachment against the offense once again. And that could be someone in the offensive line in the neutral zone. But once again, just lining up is giving Magnolia some problems.
That's not something I'm sure Coach Caesar would want from his troops if they have the ball moving in the air, and they're going to be back now.
Coach Caesar's going to spend a timeout. His first timeout of the second half. So at 9:50 remaining, we'll take a short timeout.
Next week at Shadyside. Remember the dance tonight after the ball game. Also the Moose Lodge open house.
Coach, this is one of the situations where Magnolia has, as we said at the halftime, I'm sure they've gone in and discussed the idea that they can throw against the Seminoles. And this is a situation where a couple bad mistakes has really hurt them.
They've put themselves into a 3rd and 11 situation now because of a couple penalties. They stack a whole bunch of guys behind Caesar in the backfield and now shift out of it, and Caesar into the shotgun. And it's 4 receivers to the right. We've seen this before. Caesar will go to the short side of the field, and he'll complete his pass. And he steps away. That is 5 Ripley, and some missed tackles result in touchdown Magnolia. 31 yards. Caesar to number 5, Chase Ripley, and it's 7-6.
Chase Ripley on the catch.
Big block over there just as the ball was going into the end zone. I believe possibly passed along, and it's 9:41, 7-6. And they'll be kicking for the extra point here. Chase Ripley will also try the point after here after just scoring that touchdown.
The snap is high. The kick is wide to the right. No good. The high snap. And the point is no good. So 9 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in the 3rd period. Monroe Central 7, Magnolia 6.
So again, one of those costly mistakes. They snap just a little bit high. The place is not able to get it down, and the kick a little wide to the right. And so at 9:41, you know, the nose dodging a bullet there. Didn't look good, but they are 1 point up, and they will have the ball.
But Magnolia has come out in the 3rd period and established the fact that they can move the ball, about 60 yards on that drive.
And importantly,
Mostly
with the young
in the air.
Yeah, young quarterback, it's important to establish things, and I'm sure Coach Caesar has to be pleased with the production of his son and quarterback.
Ripley will kick off. Shoemaker, Jones, and Trigg will be deep. But again, able to get some yardage and able to overcome a couple of bad alignment penalties. Magnolia now has a lot of confidence. Ripley's kick is a good one. It's high. Trigg will take the ball back at the 8-yard line. He's to the 15. And near the 20-yard line where he's brought down by number 87, West. We've seen him many times before.
West's name's been called a lot as he blew through a blocker and caught Trigg from the side.
We see West getting up a little slow there. You're at the point in the game where, depending on if you've had to miss some practices or different things, where some leg cramps could be a problem. And in the opening, we mentioned the fact that conditioning and depth could be a very big factor. I know both these teams are not used to being out-conditioned in the fourth quarter of games, so we'll see if that is a factor as we play the last half. First and 10 Seminoles at the 20-yard line, where Jones gets the ball. He'll get a couple of yards, and he's brought down by a whole host of Magnolia people. Number 77, Bolin.
As he bounced off of that, never did go fully down.
Also there, and a Magnolia player is a little slow to get up, and that is West again.
That is West.
He's a little gimpy on his left leg, it looks like, but he's right back up as a senior veteran. He's right in there. It's going to take a lot to get him out of the game. Yard for Jones to 21. Second down, 9
minutes here in the third quarter.
Full house backfield. Kramer to throw. He's going to keep it. He's got room. First down, out of bounds.
At about the 37-yard line, I believe.
You can't see for sure there where the official marked him down with the beanbag. That's around the 38-yard line.
They're stepping forward almost to 39.
So about 17 yards on the scramble by Kramer, and that's a weapon that he brings to the quarterback position. That's a little bit unknown by a lot of people, but a good athlete by Kramer, and he's able to tuck it under and get some very good yards, and it's a first down.
Just Nippert on this side, lining up.
Kramer quick out here to Nippert. He's going to try to step away from the tackler, and he'll be brought down. Number 31, Goddard on the play. He'll get a couple of yards to the almost the 42-yard line. Make it 3, almost 4 yards by Nippert.
Back to the Kramer at quarterback. That is one thing that he brings to the team. Very good athlete, very good speed, but also a good arm. He can deliver the ball, and so he kind of makes the defense, really take note. You can't just back up and look for the pass.
People around this area, around Woodsfield, will recall that a few years ago, Eric was a state punt, pass, and kick winner. So he has the ability. Jones fumbles the football. Magnolia.
The ball stripped there. I'm not too sure who got a hand in, but number 14 came up, Levi Hall. So the Eagles getting a break here. The ball will be on the 40-yard line, 7 minutes, 49 seconds.
So the third quarter, all Magnolia with the touchdown drive, and now recovering the fumble. You can just see their players sprinting into the offensive huddle. They're ready to go.
Yeah,
as momentum is definitely on their side. Caesar back to throw. He's got some pressure at the screen. The mullet. He has not much running room. He's dropped at the 40-yard line.
Number 66. As he didn't get no gain, I guess.
He's right back to the line of scrimmage.
That looked like a play that had some yardage tacked, but Jamie Boer at the right place with a big hit. 7:23. Second and 10.
4 receivers wide right once again for Magnolia. Caesar in the shotgun. And he fumbles the snap. He picks it up, fumbles it again, and we'll see. I think Caesar's back on it. Caesar able to recover his own fumble, but a loss of some 10 yards.
Number 74.
And we've got a couple people down. Number 74, Denny Knowlton, down as the officials will take a timeout here for water for the players while the coaches take a look at Knowlton.
Looks like it could be a cramp, and cramps early in the season and with the heat, always a possibility.
Third down, ball on the 50.
So after the Denny Knowlton, who had a cramp, he's up and off on his own. But that's always a problem, the heat mixed with the early season.
Caesar in the shotgun. He's going deep. He's got a man, and passed along. It's overthrown.
Passed along again with several steps behind the defense.
That'll bring up fourth down at midfield, and Magnolia in a punting situation.
Possibly Caesar was a little rushed on that. He had a lot of time, but John Shoemaker coming from this blind side, and I think Caesar kind of felt that pressure, overthrew his open receiver down.
Marlett back to in punt formation with Jones and Kramer back.
Shoemaker almost.
Pressure and a nice punt. It's going to hit about the 15-yard line.
Kramer
Takes it up. He has the running man. He's across the 35-yard line to the 37. The ball took a high bounce and went nowhere. Kramer fielded it just like he was catching it on the fly and turned that up and got some nice yardage. And we see Knowlton back in the lineup here for Monroe Central.
As he is the center, and that's an important position there for any team. The guy who gets the ball to your quarterback.
You know, we talk about, you know, the weather, and people in the stands think, well, what a great night. But it's just, you know, unbelievably warm on some of these boys that have not been off the field a single snap thus far. And unless you've played the game, and I haven't, but I know it's tremendously hot down there.
And I noticed you even got your sweatshirt on, you know, and I could stand one. It is chilly. It's a nice evening. Quick handoff.
That is Jones on a straight dive across the 40.
Twisting and turning, I believe he got some good yardage. Possibly they'll give him 4, maybe 5 yards. At least 4. Up to the 41-yard line.
Pick up 4 yards on the play. Second down, 6.
Friday coming in.
We're at the 6-minute mark remaining in the third period now. Monroe Central with a 1-point lead at 7-6.
And we're at 5:50 remaining in this third quarter.
Jones comes in motion, and Weddle's the ball carrier. He's going to get a couple or 3 yards to about the 43.
They're going to give him
make it to 44. Very generous spot by the officials on that play.
He kind of rolled off of the pile.
I think the remainder of this game is controlling the football is going to be key for Monroe Central in their ground game against the aerial game of Magnolia. Because Magnolia's going to want to throw it, and Monroe Central wants to run it. And we'll see who wins out here. You still have a lot of time left in this game.
And it's not a team that you want to give the ball back to with any kind of time with their aerial attack.
Both teams have hurt themselves with a couple of turnovers. And we've got a whistle.
Coaching staff screaming at the fellas to get the snap. Couldn't get the ball off, and we have a flag.
And it's a dead ball encroachment against Magnolia.
Not exactly what I was going to call.
But what I don't like about that type of a call right there, the people were out and were lined up. And we probably had a pretty good look at that on the screen. And the official did not make the call, and the coaches were screaming and screaming, and then he finally threw the flag. I mean, he was either offside
or not
5 seconds before that, or he was not. And you hate to see that. as an official, you throw the flag or don't throw it. Kramer in the shotgun. He's going to keep. He's across midfield, breaking tackles. He's to the 45-yard line. Pickup of 5 yards. And that was a designed run all the way.
And a lot of that on pure athleticism as he cut back against the grain. Good pickup at 4:20.
45-yard line in Louisville territory. Second down.
So it's second down and 5. Slot right this time for the Seminoles. And Kramer again on the fake. He's looking deep. There's tight end Shoemaker. And flying down. And that appears to be an interference penalty against Magnolia.
And it looks like Shoemaker down.
So Shoemaker is down, and we have a flag on the play, and it is pass interference against Magnolia.
Looks like, again, they're working as if it might be a cramp. John Shoemaker coming off again under his own power as it appeared to be a Charlie horse, a cramp.
Looked on the far side like they were working on the leg there. Dr. Snyder, Coach Fox, and Dave Palmer out there checking out the injury, and he's walking off under his own power. So the penalty of 15 yards marked off during that timeout for pass interference against Magnolia gives the Seminoles first down at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it gives them a big first down here. The officials giving the players on the field water bit on that timeout, official timeout.
Kramer at the ball fake. He's going deep, and the ball's incomplete.
Getting a hand in there on the ball was number 25, possibly?
Number 25, Thomas. And number 3, passed along were there. The intended receiver was Nippert, number 88.
Looked like Nippert was open and the ball delivered, but at the last second,
but the coverage was
there.
Coverage was pretty decent and incomplete.
3:46 remaining in this third quarter.
Second down and 10. Both ends in tight in a wing formation. Kramer to throw again. He's going deep for Shoemaker. Overthrown. Passed along the defender. And it's the same play that resulted in pass interference, I believe, earlier.
Looked like the same kind of play, and possibly Shoemaker may have just zigged a little when he should have zagged. Looked like he threw it long and he'd come back just a step. But a greatly designed play, a timing pattern.
Yeah, the timing just a little bit off, it appears, on the deep patterns from Monroe Central tonight. To be quite honest with you, maybe throwing a little more than what I anticipated here this evening. While Magnolia may be throwing a little less than I anticipated, a little less than I anticipated. A little movement there as the Seminoles get set with 2 receivers out. And from the flag down, pass is completed to Shoemaker. And another flag down as John Shoemaker is in the end zone.
I don't believe it's going to hold.
So we have 2 flags down, and this undoubtedly is coming back.
Yeah.
I think you have holding downfield on the flag at about the 20-yard line. And we'll see another flag back at the 37 in the backfield, and we've got a Magnolia player down.
It looks like, again, might be leg cramps.
Anytime a player holds the leg up in the air like that, cramp is the first thing you guess. The penalties, and I believe both flags are going to be against Monroe Central. So as the officials talk to Magnolia captains here, and they attend to the injury, and we get all this sorted out.
This could be a very costly, as you say, though. I do believe we had holding. I'm not too sure what the second flag might be. believe that was number 3, passed along. Curry passed along, 5'9", 155-pound senior. As that's a number that we've called often this evening also. And we still got 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. This is a long game.
Yeah, Curry's been in on a lot of plays, both offensively and defensively, and not off the field much at all, maybe not at all tonight. And I'm sure he's pretty well exhausted. And he'll get off the field, and I'm sure he'll be back after a play or two. The penalties are illegal motion against Monroe Central. That's declined. And clipping, that was the penalty downfield at about the 20-yard line. That will be accepted. And that'll put the ball back at the 37-yard line.
Going to bring up a long...
It is third down and about 17 as the Seminoles need to the 20-yard line for a first down. Number 11, Jonathan Riccardi in at the free safety for Magnolia. He's a sophomore back there in the secondary. His first action of the night.
145-pound, but they are high on that sophomore class because they had a great freshman season. Fake and looks underneath.
His hands
just off the
incomplete.
tip.
And he had running room and had a chance at the first down, I believe, if he'd been able to hold on to the ball.
If he could have turned with it.
Will's arm's just a little too short that time. So fourth down and long at the 37. And looks like a punting situation now for the Seminoles. Passed along back in, is deep, along with Ripley as Kramer drops in punt formation. And undoubtedly trying to pooch one down near the goal line or angle toward the corner.
3:24 remaining in the third quarter. High snap.
And he tries to angle for the corner, but off the side of his foot. And it's very, very short, out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Only a 13-yard punt.
So it looked like the Blue Eagles might have a bad field position. They're going to have a pretty good spot.
It's not as bad as what it could be. And still trailing by a point. 3:19 left. And a very long quarter. But when you've had a couple of injuries with people in the field, a lot of passing, and the rule change on the clock not starting on the change of possession, you're going to have long football games. Motion by the back, Mullet, Caesar to throw, and there's that shovel pass at the end, and that's incomplete. That's incomplete. A lot of cheering on the Monroe Central side of the field, but that is a forward pass, and that is incomplete.
Coach, you're right again.
Now, it's not a real hard call.
Yes.
A lot of people are cheering with their hearts.
Yeah.
So second and 10 for Magnolia at the 25. Receivers all over the field. Caesar in the shotgun. Sprinting to the right. The ball tipped and incomplete. And it looked like a couple of people had a chance there. I'm not sure who tipped the ball. Ripley was one of the receivers over on that side. But it is an incomplete pass. That ball was tipped up. And
like John Shoemaker again.
And another player down.
Shoemaker going after the ball, and looks like he, again, a Charlie horse. Coming off the field, number 24, Rob Trigg, after a, looked like again a Charlie horse, as he's helped there by some of the coaching staff. As I believe, I said it was Shoemaker, but it was Trigg. Trigg had a chance. He may have been one of the people who had a chance at that ball.
I kind of lost sight of the ball over there among all the bodies.
Yeah, I'm not too sure who tipped that ball, but it was up for grabs. Several had a chance.
Caesar in the shotgun with receivers all over. He's spinning to the right again. He's going downfield. Incomplete. Passed along the intended receiver, and
Ludwig, number 32,
had a hand on it. But it's now 4th and 10. So Mullet will again be in punt formation. Jones and Kramer deep. And again, a tight formation here for Magnolia. And Mullets kicks away. And it's not a long kick. It's going to hit. And this time they'll let it roll. And it's a good roll for Magnolia back to the 36-yard line. So 2:52 remaining in the third period. Monroe Central still leading by 1 at 7-6.
More importantly, they have control of the ball right here. You know, I think the Blue Eagles had an opportunity there and unfortunately didn't come up with the ball, had a couple breaks not go their way, and so the Noles now get their chance. I believe into the ball game number 32, is that not? Ludwig, who almost had the interception along with Friday.
Ludwig's in replacing Trigg, who's still not able to go as he's being attended to down here on the sideline. Power I formation for the Seminoles. And Jones gets the call, and he's going to get a couple.
40. His forward momentum looks like picks up possibly 3 yards, maybe 4, depending on the spot. Looks like they're giving him a couple. 2nd and 8. Over 2 minutes remaining in this third quarter.
Kramer on the option. He's going to keep. Cuts it back. Just about the 45-yard line. He'll be a couple of yards shy of the first down.
West Boland, along with several other, maybe Mullet and 41 Forbes possibly on the stop.
So closer to the 46-yard line, so that's going to be 3rd and 1. A big play for Monroe Central to try to keep possession. I get a wing formation to the right. And Kramer will keep. He'll have a first down. First and more. We got a couple of flags behind the flag. And 2 flags thrown at the same place. So both officials seeing the same thing. And that's going to cost
against
Monroe Central. And I didn't see the signal clipping, I believe. And Monroe Central will be set back. Magnolia will take the penalty. And that's going to be a big one because that's 15 yards from the spot of the foul. And that's occurring about 3 or 4 yards in the backfield. So instead of first down at about the Magnolia 45, it's going to be 3rd down at the Monroe Central 28.
Big mistake for
So that penalty costing over 30 yards in field position. So you now have a 3rd down and near 20. Kramer again spinning to his left. He's going to shovel it out to Weddle.
Nice job by Weddle.
He's going to take another tackle, and depending on where they mark him out of bounds, he is very close to a first down.
He kind of danced that sideline. We'll be anxious to see where this.
We have a Magnolia player down.
Well, it's going to be close.
The chain crew over there dropping their stakes and getting out of the way. So we'll see as they reset here whether or not there is a first down or not. It's very close. From this vantage point, I think it is a Monroe Central first down.
From this point.
But the head referee, Chuck Taskeline, will go over and take a look, and what he says is what counts. And he says first down. Great effort by Weddle as he throws a couple tackles up the sideline. Number 87, West, was the injured player for Magnolia. He's been a little bit gimpy a couple times tonight. You know, again, very possibly just completely exhausted.
And anyone who's had cramps in their lower leg will understand that thoroughly.
It is quite painful.
It's quite painful. And once it starts, it's not easy to get over, you know. And I'm sure going back at each play,
some rest
has to re-injure it and hurt.
Rest and fluids into your body is about the only thing that will help that. And by Monday, these guys will be feeling okay. But you know, tonight there's some tired bodies out there on that field. First down, Monroe Central now at the 47-yard line.
55 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
And the pitch to Jones. He's going to cut it up. And he'll be brought down by the Ascalon after about an 8-yard pickup.
Big hole. Has a nice block just past the line of scrimmage, and Josh Jones.
There's an example of a play call right there. It may have been based a lot on the fact that the Magnolia player that was injured on the play before West was the left defensive end, and that sweep around that side possibly taking advantage of a new player on the field. Second down and about a yard, more of a 9-yard pickup for Jones. Fake, Kramer keeps, turns it up, has a first down, plus a couple of yards at the 37-yard line. And it will be a first down as we have reached the end of period number 3. The score, Monroe Central 7, Magnolia 6. Started here in the fourth period. I want to mention real quick that the JVs for these two teams will be playing at Magnolia on Tuesday evening next week, September 3rd. First down, Monroe Central. Kramer pitches. Jones drops the ball and covers it himself. He'll lose about 3. But, you know, normally in reserve games, JV games are played on Monday nights, but with the holiday, Magnolia and Monroe Central will get together with their JV teams on Tuesday at Magnolia. Starting times for JV games is not an exact science, so usually around 5:30 they try to get those started.
About as soon as they can get the field free.
So, second down and 13. A little bit of confusion by the Seminoles. They get their people lined up. Kramer drops to throw. Has some pressure. Quickly out to Shoemaker, and not much.
Not much there.
Mullet, one of the tacklers on the play. And maybe Goddard also. Maybe a yard on the play to the 40-yard line. Third and 12.
Looked like also number 34, Danny Wright, into the ball game and on the play.
Kramer will be in the shotgun. Both teams using the shotgun quite extensively tonight. He'll roll to the left. Look for a receiver. Can't find one. Step away from some pressure and be driven out of bounds at the line of scrimmage.
31 West. I'm sorry, Brian Goddard, and 41 Forbes,
along with number 14 Hall. All on the play there to drive Kramer out of bounds at about the line of scrimmage. Fourth down now, and maybe a loss will make it 13. And another punting situation from Monroe Central. Kramer has been doing the punting and will once again. Ripley and passed along deep for Magnolia. Snaps low, kicks away. It's a high kick. They'll watch it hit and roll into the end zone. 20-yard line. Magnolia will put the ball in play with 10:09 remaining in the game, trailing by 1 point.
To go. Ball game.
What a pressure-packed game this has been. Every possession now where things could change. Both teams have gotten some yardage, and then all of a sudden, penalties or big defensive plays have forced the teams back, and we've it's a exchange of punts and field position now. 7-6 Monroe Central. A delay off. That's passed along. He's got some running room. He's going to cross the 30 for the first down.
Trig, I believe, on the stop number 24 as he cut off the angle. The pass along with 10 plus 15 probably, 14 anyway.
About the 35-yard line where we first and 10.
Curry looked like he recovered from his cramps.
He certainly did.
Go on that run. That's crossing people up. Magnolia been throwing the ball almost only in the air. Here in the third period, now here in the fourth period, they go to a running play just to kind of change pace a little bit, keep the defense guessing.
Yeah, I was just about to say, we'll see about Air Caesar here as he handed the ball off, single back in the backfield, and
he's going to give the ball to Mullen. His fullback, he's going to be hit by Jones.
Held up there, and Sam Hannes along with, I'm sorry, that's Chris Timmerlane. Looks like Jamie Boer and possibly others on the stop. They may have given him one.
It looks like about a yard to the 36. Two straight running plays. Second and 9. The play's a little late coming in from the sideline. And a timeout, Magnolia. Some confusion, a little late getting the play in. A little confusion on the personnel. Magnolia will spend a timeout. They'll have one remaining.
Coach, this is a nice crowd for an opener for both sides of the river. Magnolia bringing a tremendous crowd standing along there. We don't know how many on the end zones belong to Magnolia, but just a tremendous crowd for a high school opener.
Yeah, and that's another reason right there. The Monroe Central and Magnolia need to play each other, and hopefully they'll be able to stay on the schedule. I know West Virginia changes their opening date, and now the opening dates are the same. In a couple of years, Ohio is changing their opening date, so it's a little bit tough at times early in the season for West Virginia and Ohio schools to play each other. You're getting a look at some of the crowd at this point standing down in the right-hand end zone near the baseball field and on the hillside.
Up on the hillside,
just a lot of people, and that hillside is a great place to watch a game from. We're back up to the timeout. Caesar under center. Again, receivers all over the place. He fakes the pitch. He's going to run and get a couple of yards to near the 40-yard line.
Denny Knowlton, number 74.
Something we've not seen Caesar do a lot of tonight, and that is scramble and keep the ball. But he picked up about 3 yards on that play. 3rd and 5.
40-yard line, 3rd down and 5.
And as we have moved inside, 8.5 minutes remaining. 3rd and 5. Caesar again drops straight back. Going across the middle to West, who has it, and he's going to be hit just short of the first down, it appears, by Jones, Shoemaker, and some others. And this is going to be a very interesting spot, but it looks like he's probably about a half a yard shy of the first down. Clock continuing to run inside 8 minutes. It is 4th down and less than 1.
Decision here. almost 45-yard line.
At this point in time, I don't think there's much of a decision. I don't think Coach Caesar has had to think about it at all. I think he's going to go for it. Once again, the play is a little late coming in from the side, and a delay of game penalty is not something that you can afford now in a fourth down situation. Possibly they'll try to draw Monroe Central off as they did earlier. Receivers again all over the place. Three receivers and only two defensive backs over here. Caesar's going to sneak in and get the first down. Magnolia with three receivers to the right. Monroe Central here going to have two defensive backs, but that was all just as a decoy. The receivers. A sneak was the play by Derek Caesar, and it's 7:09 remaining in the game. Magnolia has a first down at their own 46-yard line. Again, 7-6, Monroe Central leads, but Magnolia trying to get a drive together. Caesar out of the shotgun. He throws quickly over there with nobody there. Number 10,
Craig Thomas.
But again, I didn't see the first part of the play, but it looked like Monroe Central was a little late getting a defensive back out there.
Yeah, there was no one there.
That may have just been a check-off at the line by the quarterback, Caesar, and that's a 9-yard pickup to the 45-yard line in Monroe Central territory. And Magnolia has been on this side of the 50-yard line very few times tonight. Other than a touchdown drive to start the third quarter. There's now the clock moving very quickly after what seemed like a very long third period.
Seemed like an eternity.
Less than 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Caesar's going to keep it.
He's keeping it.
And he's got room over here. Trigg will make the play at the 40-yard line. Caesar falling forward to the 39.
Trigg releasing from a block and getting Caesar as he had lots of room. If he could have made that corner, it would have been a foot race.
That's a nice play call there. Fake the run. And first down on the run by Caesar. Magnolia driving now at the 39-yard line. 6 minutes remaining. Magnolia Caesar in the shotgun. 4 receivers to the left side. He'll sprint to the left and try to keep the ball. Canis tipped him up. I think the play is most definitely is down. As the ball kind of loose when Caesar hit the ground. Canis on the play, a loss of a couple of yards.
Canis busting through the line, getting a hold of the foot of Caesar and getting him behind the line of scrimmage. A big play.
Off the 41-yard line, 2nd and 12. And we've got whistles. Stopping play at 5:19. And number 75 of Magnolia, that's Kevin Higgins, going to the sideline here. Appears to be some equipment problems. The officials will give him a moment to try to get that corrected.
Looks like the strap on his helmet might have come loose. He's back in now, and
one of the assistant coaches over having a word with him, as they were fixing the equipment. And they're back in, pass along in motion. Caesar to throw. Steps up in the pocket nicely and tipped by Ripley. The ball was tipped up front. Tipped by one of the Magnolia receivers. Ripley was the right man in the right spot. Makes the catch. He's down to the 15-yard line. Ledwig, I believe, making the tackle and saving a touchdown. And Magnolia's in business. With 5 minutes remaining in the game.
a big play by the Blue Eagles. Looks like that ball was tipped away. Ripley in the right place, and they're in business here, 1st and 10.
Caesar to throw again, spinning to the right. He's going to keep it. He has running room to 10, to the 5. Keeps his balance. Touchdown, Magnolia. So 4:42 remaining in the game. Caesar on a 15-yard scramble has given the Blue Eagles the lead.
Plenty of time, but it is a 7-12 advantage, the Blue Eagles, and they'll attempt this extra point.
And Magnolia will spin
a timeout.
A timeout. They are now out of timeouts. Okay, after the timeout, 4:42 left. Now Magnolia will now go for 2, try to get the point back. And really, you have to go for 2 in this situation, to try to make it a 14-7 game. Still some walking around there now as Magnolia got people at the line talking. Still a lot of time left on the 25-second clock before they need to get this play off. Caesar rolls to his right. He's hit. He's going to throw for the end zone. It's intercepted and the play is over.
Lots of pressure as they didn't seem to have that play planned out very well. A lot of confusion as they came to the line. But the Knowles holding at the score holding the 2-point conversion, so it is 7-12 with 4:42.
So Monroe Central now with 4:42 left and all 3 timeouts are able to drive down the field. A touchdown can put them ahead. But the second half has been all Magnolia. And the tipped ball was the big play in that drive. In the first break, probably Magnolia has gotten tonight. Ripley to kick after a change of tape. Trigg to take it on his own 12. He's to the 20. Tries to break it outside. He's still up across the 35. A decent return there for the Seminoles as they'll put the ball in play at their own 36-yard line. So 4.5 minutes remaining. 12-7 Magnolia.
A lot of field to cover in the next 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
Still a lot of time, though.
A lot of time.
Yeah, Monroe Central does not need to abandon their game plan and go away from the run, even though they have passed the ball quite a bit this evening. A lot of time remaining. Kramer back to throw. He's going to keep it. He's the 40, 45 out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
A generous 48, cost almost 49.
And in that flurry along the sideline there, it looked like Coach Singleton took one for the team. There's number 31 there, Brian Goddard of Magnolia, attempting to make the play. Then it looked like he ran into Coach Singleton on the sideline there of Monroe Central. Coach Singleton's a gamer. He's back up.
Good block, Coach.
But it is a first down by Kramer, a pickup of some 13 yards on the play. Now you're near midfield. And this is Jones. He's going to take a couple tackles to the 40-yard line. And another first down for Monroe Central.
Josh Jones skirting through a hole at the line. Nice job. 40-yard line. Another first down.
With the out-of-bounds play, we're still at 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Clock running. Magnolia defense trying to dig in here and make yet another big play. Kramer under some pressure is going to be sacked. He's going to get it off. Incomplete.
Mullet, I believe, along with number 34.
The Magnolia sideline and fans begging for an intentional grounding call.
Number 34 with Danny Wright also getting up a little bit slow.
A lot of good pressure on Kramer at that time. He didn't have anything to do except unload it in the general direction of the receiver. And the officials felt he had a receiver close enough. So it's an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. Slot Friday wide to the right. Trigg in the slot. Kramer dropping to throw on 2nd and 10. He's under pressure. It's a screen. Weddle makes the play. Picks up a couple of blocks. He's got a first down. At the 5-yard line. Great call by Monroe Central there. Kramer let the pressure time, dumped the ball off to Weddle. and it's a first down, and just like that, only about a minute since Magnolia took the lead, Monroe Central right back in business at the Magnolia 24, attempting for a go-ahead score. You've got so many young guys on the field, you kind of wonder how your players are going to react under these types of situations. And both teams' offenses have put together some nice plays here in the fourth quarter with some young people and inexperienced people at the controls. Shotgun formation. And Kramer will keep. He'll step away from a couple of tackles. He's still on his feet near the 15-yard line. He's brought down by number 25, Thomas, and pick up of 9 yards from Monroe Central.
Kramer again showing good speed, good quickness, and Thomas saving what could have been a touchdown.
Yes, he was the last man over there, and if he had not been able to make the tackle, I think Kramer would have been able to get to the corner of the end zone.
Kramer getting up ahead of steam, and Thomas cutting off the angle.
Second down and a yard, 15-yard line. Kramer's going to keep it again and not have much. He's brought down by Caesar, who is in on defense. 87 West also had a piece of that. He's across the 15, and we'll wait a second.
Possibly a yard.
Third down.
Third down, and looks like about a foot and a half.
The clock moving. We talked about how slow the clock was moving in the third period. There's only 2 minutes and 5 seconds left in this game. They can't move fast enough for the people on the Magnolia side, though. Kramer back, he wants to throw. He's got a lot of running room, he's going to keep it, and that running room ended, but he breaks away and gets out of bounds at the 11-yard line, first down. It looked like a lot of running room. He slowed down looking for someone to throw to. That room was sealed off by a missed tackle, and Kramer able to step forward. To the 10-yard line, and that's a first down for Monroe Central. 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining.
Probably the most important part of that, is that there's less than 2 minutes, a minute 50 seconds, and the Noles have a first down.
Monroe Central is going to take their first time out of the second half. Magnolia 12, Monroe Central 7. And we'll see what the coaches come up with.
It's been quite an evening, Coach. You can't say that either side has dominated the entire game. Both sides have had their times. Penalties have been a factor. It's been an interesting ball game, to say the least.
Well, the first half was a bit sloppy at times and quite a few penalties. The second half has been much better played from an offensive standpoint by both teams. And, it could be that the officials are now kind of backing off on some things, but a better chance that it's just that the players are getting the feel for game action, and they're doing a better job. There has been a couple penalties there. One that cost Monroe Central a touchdown.
Yeah.
There was an interference penalty on Magnolia that put Monroe Central in pretty decent shape that they weren't able to take advantage of. But, for the most part, the second half has been a much cleaner and well-played half than what the first half was. Not that the first half was necessarily a badly played half. I don't mean to anybody to get that idea. But it's been a super opening game to the high school season. And it's going to be a tough game for somebody to walk off this field as a loser. And it's going to be a big win for somebody.
It's a shame for either side to have to lose in the situation. But there can only be one winner.
In a minute and 50 seconds, we'll know who that is. Monroe Central has 2 timeouts remaining, and it's first down at the 10, and it looks like it's first and goal. I don't think it's possible to get a first down from Monroe Central. Kramer's in the shotgun where he's been most of the night. He's going to run to the right. It looks like a running play. He's going to turn it up
blockers
and
quickly
be down after a pickup of a couple of yards. The clock is running as he is inbounds.
Had lots of blockers, but they were quickly.
And we've got another Magnolia man. That's Mullet, slow to get up. And another young man that's been in there a lot tonight. Mullet, a junior fullback, running the ball and making a lot of tackles. So it's 1:20 left on the clock as it's running. Second down from the 8. Second and goal from the 8. And the people getting a little restless, but Coaching staffs have been here many times. They know what they're doing. Kramer gives to Jones. He breaks the football, and we'll see what happens. Monroe Central appeared to get back on the ball.
Looks like a Monroe Central player coming up with the ball underneath, and
I couldn't tell from my vantage point who that was.
I'm not too sure either, but what looked like a really good play turned not as the ball was stripped there again.
Coach DeCosta trying to signal for a timeout, but not getting any help from these people. Is there at the line with 30 seconds and the clock running. Kramer to throw on third down. He's throwing for the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown. Monroe Central leads 13-12 with 24 seconds left.
I'm sure that's a situation where Coach DeCosta says, no, yes. Trying to get that timeout. Ball thrown up. A lot of pressure on Kramer. And now Coach DeCosta wanting a timeout.
We'll get a timeout by Monroe Central with 24 seconds left.
Most importantly, 13-12 advantage.
I'm going to talk to you something here, Dale. You know, right at the beginning with their coach was signaling one on the point, but 13-12, if you kick the point, it's 14-12. A field goal can beat you.
Yeah.
If you go for two and make it at 15-12, a field goal can only tie you. If you miss a two-point conversion, 13-12, a field goal still beats you. So I think what you're going to see when they come back here is the Seminoles will go for two and try to get a three-point lead. I know at 24 seconds left, Magnolia with no timeouts, barring a long return, it's going to be pretty tough for them to get something going. But, anything's possible. We've seen some strange things happen over the years in the game of football.
Yes, definitely so. But this is what high school athletics is all about. The young men on the field, on both sides of the field, very deserving of a victory, but only one can come out of it. And right now it looks good for the Monroe County Noles, but we'll see what happens. The coaching staff on this side of the field with a lot of smiles now. Those smiles are mostly frowns just a few short minutes ago, Coach.
A very nice drive, about 63 yards to go for that. And go for two. Kramer under center. Motion, Kramer to keep. He'll turn it up and get in for the two-point conversion. That makes the score 15-12, Monroe Central. Now, if you're Coach Caesar over on the far side of the field for Magnolia, if you've got some kind of a trick up your sleeve, now's the time to pull it out either with a lateral of a return or something there, because as I said, with 24 seconds, no timeouts. But this is a situation where Magnolia is going to benefit from the rule change as far as starting the clock. The tackle's made after the return, the clock will not start until the ball is snapped. So they're going to be able to get an extra play or two off and not have to hurry as much, because of the clock not starting.
Well, if any two coaches have a bag full of tricks, I would say these two are a couple of them. I'm sure that Coach Caesar is contemplating that right now, what he wants to do this last 24 seconds, and anything's possible.
He's got his team around him over on the far side, and he'll have his usual people back and passed along in Ripley. Weddle will kick. And Magnolia needing a big return and coverage, very important for Monroe Central in this situation. We're ready, here comes the kick. That's a line drive, it's going to hit and roll, be picked up by Ripley at the 15-yard line. He's going to try to get outside, and I think he's slipped more than anything at the 27-yard line, trying to veer to the right, and at this time of evening, the grass is going to be a little wet, and he slipped, and Shoemaker and Craig were there to cover him. There's 19 seconds remaining, and you're going to see some deep defensive backs as Derek Caesar is going to drop back and probably wing it as far as he can a couple of times. And he can wing it a long way.
He can throw it a long way.
You may see Magnolia try to chip away with a couple of short plays there and get out of bounds and try to shorten the field just a little bit. 4 receivers left.
19 seconds.
Caesar will roll, and he's going to throw it as far as he can. It's up for grabs, and it's incomplete. A lot of hands there. Ripley for Magnolia, and passed along. You've got a lot of people from Monroe Central back here.
Ludwig, Shoemaker.
Passed along a little bit slow getting up. His legs are cramped up on him again. He's going to hobble back to the sideline. 11 seconds. Well, passed along is going to gut it out. He's going back to the line of scrimmage. He's going, you can't get him out of the game, even though he's not healthy at this point. Again, 4 receivers to the right, or to the left, excuse me, it's 11 seconds. Caesar rolling to the left away from the pressure. He's throwing it long. There's a flag down, and Kramer knocks it away from Ripley, I believe. And I'll take that back. The intended receiver is number 87, West. There's a flag in the backfield. 4 seconds on the clock.
4 seconds left on the clock.
And it is against the Blue Eagles.
And it's going to be a holding penalty. And that's going to put the ball back at the 15-yard line or thereabouts. I'm waiting for the official to mark the ball and everybody to get lined up. With 4 seconds remaining, it's second and goal.
Yeah, there's no
Second and 85
seconds. They have to go the full distance, but anything can happen.
7 Seminoles back. And well, the holdup was, officials didn't have the football.
Ball came loose there somehow. I'm not sure
That's exactly what happened. And I was looking at the defensive people that are very deep. 7 people back between the 35 and the 45-yard line. Well, Weddle will now slip up, and again, another whistle. It's taking forever to play this last few seconds. And now they're going to remarking the ball there and make it the 17-yard line. Now we're ready with 4 seconds. Caesar in the shotgun. And you need a penalty if you're Magnolia. He's going to throw it downfield. It's caught. And West, he's brought down. And the ball game is over.
What a tremendous win for the Seminoles, and what a heartbreaking defeat for the Blue Eagles.
A very tough loss for Magnolia. A great win for Monroe Central, the opener. And if you're on the losing side, you hope that you're able to bounce back next week. And a great confidence builder for Monroe Central. If memory serves me right, since the consolidation of Monroe Central, this is the 3rd year the Seminoles have not lost a home game. I see a lot of guys, a lot of players moving very slowly there as they go to shake hands. I mentioned, as we mentioned, the JV game on Tuesday at Magnolia, Monroe Central at Magnolia. On Friday of next week, Monroe Central will be on the road. They'll play at Shadyside. And on Friday, Magnolia on the road once again. They'll be at Bridgeport, West Virginia.
So we can only hope both groups, we hope the Blue Eagles can do well. It's a shame they, you have to go home a loser, a game like this. The Knowles, congratulations, great job, good luck next week with the Shadyside Tigers. Always another big game for the Monroe Central Seminoles.
Yeah, that's true. Always a battle there. And we hope that all the people watching tonight, it's been a lot of fun, to be able to bring the game to the people down in New Martinsville and Magnolia fans. And we hope that, everybody down in New Martinsville, even though you came out on the short end, you still enjoyed the opportunity to see this game. We've had a lot of fun bringing it to you.
Yes, we certainly have.
Let your sponsors know if you saw them, and hopefully it's something that maybe can be done somewhere down the line again. At least next year.
Exactly right, Coach. Another great job. On the play-by-play for Coach Jeff Stevens, this is Dale Eddy, and for camera lady Joe Palmer Eddy, we're going to take it out here with a Monroe Central Seminole victory this evening, 15-12 against the Magnolia Blue Eagles. We'll see you next time for high school football.